Newly released documents from the Epstein files have finally pulled back the curtain on a dark world the Kardashian family fought for decades to keep hidden. This latest leak is far more than just a list of names because it provides a direct map of how they actively destroyed Britney Spears. The truth is finally out, and the receipts show that the Kardashians were not just bystanders in Britney's suffering, but were the actual architects who profited from her being trapped in a legal cage. This is the moment their entire empire collapses, because the world can finally see the $200 million they took for themselves. Kris Jenner and her daughters are currently facing a total career meltdown as the legal evidence becomes public knowledge. They thought their secrets were safe in the shadows of the Epstein documents, but they were wrong. The game is over, and the truth is going to cost them everything they have built. Hard evidence shows that the Kardashians did not do this alone, and they had help from the most dangerous people in Hollywood. The executive Lou Taylor is the individual who allegedly helped them pull off this massive heist, and her history as a business manager for both parties reveals a massive conflict of interest. Lou Taylor acted as the gatekeeper of Britney's life for over a decade while simultaneously managing the Kardashian business interests. This connection was never a coincidence. The contracts prove that Lou Taylor was moving money from Britney's accounts into accounts controlled by the Kardashian inner circle. We're looking at $200 million that vanished from Britney's estate and reappeared in Kardashian investments. The level of manipulation is truly sickening because they were celebrating their wealth on camera while the woman who paid for it was losing her mind in a locked room. The Epstein files confirm that these groups were all working together to exploit the most vulnerable star in the world. This was an organized crime ring disguised as a family business, and the public is disgusted by what they see. The first half of this nightmare began when Britney was at her lowest point, and the Kardashians saw an opportunity to step in and take over. They didn't offer help or support, but instead offered a way to turn her pain into a paycheck. Legal documents show that Kris Jenner stayed in constant contact with the people running the conservatorship throughout the most difficult years. She provided advice on how to brand Britney's breakdown to maximize their profits. The receipts show that every time Britney had a public incident, the Kardashian brands saw a massive spike in revenue. They were essentially betting against her health for their own gain. The contract proves that they held a financial interest in keeping Britney legally incapacitated. If Britney had been free, she would have seen what they were doing and stopped it immediately. By keeping her under a conservatorship, they ensured she stayed silent while the money kept moving. This was a cold and calculated business move that defines their legacy. The Kardashians have always claimed to be self-made, but the truth is they were built on Britney's misery. And this is where the situation took a darker turn, because even after Britney finally got out of her conservatorship in 2021, the Kardashians didn't stop. They understood they had to keep her close so she wouldn't speak to investigators. They dragged her back into their circle and pretended to be her biggest supporters to protect their own interests. The receipts show that this was just another way to continue milking her for every cent she was worth while maintaining control over her narrative. They used social media to make it look like they were protecting her when they were actually trying to bury evidence of their past crimes. But the Epstein files have changed everything. The leaks show that they were still receiving payments from shell companies linked to Britney's old management long after the conservatorship ended. They were never her friends, but were her captors in designer clothes. The truth is that the Kardashians are terrified of what Britney will say next. The legal battle is now turning into a full-scale war, and the receipts show that Britney's legal team has found the trail of money that leads directly to the Jenner communications. There are emails that discuss how to divide the profits from Britney's Vegas residency, which proves the family was taking a cut of everything while Britney was only allowed a small weekly allowance. The contract proves that they were receiving consulting fees for jobs they never actually performed. This is the definition of fraud, and it shows they treated Britney like a product instead of a person. The evidence shows that they used her image to sell their own products without ever giving her a dime in return. The world is finally seeing the Kardashians for who they really are. They are not icons because they are vultures who feast on the success of others. The career meltdown they are experiencing right now is exactly what they deserve for their actions. Bank records show that the Kardashian family tried to delete these files months ago because they knew the Epstein leak was coming. They tried to pay off the right people to keep their names out of the documents, but the truth cannot be bought forever. The documents show that they were involved in meetings where Britney's medications were discussed and managed. They were part of the decision-making process that kept her isolated from her children for years. The evidence is clear and it is objective fact. The Kardashians helped steal Britney's life, and they laughed all the way to the bank while she suffered in silence. Now that the world knows the truth, their brands are falling apart and sponsors are pulling out. The receipts are too loud to ignore, and the public is calling for a total boycott of everything they sell. The truth is that the Kardashian empire was built on a foundation of lies and exploitation. The second half of this story focuses on the evidence that is finally coming to light. Bank records show that $200 million was moved through various offshore accounts to hide the Kardashian connection from the public. But forensic accountants have tracked every single dollar and found the signatures of the Kardashian family members on documents that they claim they never saw. The truth is that they were deeply involved in the day-to-day management of Britney's assets throughout the entire conservatorship. They were making decisions about her career and her personal life to ensure they stayed wealthy. The receipts show that they even had a hand-in who was allowed to visit her in her own home. They wanted to make sure she was surrounded by people who were on their payroll at all times. This was a total takeover of a human being, and the evidence is overwhelming. It is the final nail in the coffin for the Kardashian brand. The receipts were about to go public, and the Kardashians knew they were in trouble. They tried to distract the public with new stories and fake drama, but nothing can distract from the fact that they were part of a scheme to rob a woman of her freedom. The Epstein files show that they were part of the same social circles as the people who enabled this abuse, and they were all protecting each other. The truth is that the Hollywood elite thought they were above the law and could use someone like Britney Spears without consequences. But the receipts show that they left a paper trail a mile long that investigators are now following. The legal victory for Britney is not just about her freedom anymore, because it is about holding the people who profited from her pain accountable. The Kardashians are at the top of that list, and they have nowhere left to hide. The fallout from this leak is going to be massive, and the receipts show that there are more documents coming that will expose even more of their crimes. This is just the tip of the iceberg, because the truth is that the Kardashian family has been playing a dangerous game for a long time. They have used their power to silence anyone who tried to speak out against them, but they can't silence the hard evidence in the Epstein files. The contract proves that they were involved in a conspiracy to commit financial fraud, and the truth is that they are facing potential jail time for what they did. The meltdown is real, and it is getting worse every single day as they lose followers by the millions. Their bank accounts are being frozen, and the game is finally over for them. The receipts show that Britney Spears was a victim of a system that was designed to fail her, and the Kardashians were the ones who made sure that system stayed in place. They used their media influence to make Britney look crazy so that nobody would believe her claims. They were gaslighting the entire world while they were stealing her money, and the truth is that they are the villains of the story. There is no redemption for what they have done to her. The evidence shows that they had no empathy for Britney at all, because they only cared about the $200 million. The receipts are the proof that the world has been waiting for, and the truth is finally out. The Kardashians have nowhere left to hide from the public eye. The truth is that the Kardashian family is currently in a state of total collapse. Their shows are being canceled, and their business partners are running for the hills as the news spreads. The receipts show that they are desperate to fix their image, but it is too late to change the narrative. The Epstein files have painted a picture of greed and corruption that cannot be erased by a PR team. They are the architects of their own destruction, and they thought they were the queens of Hollywood, but they were really just common thieves. The evidence is clear and it is final. Britney Spears is the hero of the story because she survived their plot, and she is the one who is finally winning while the Kardashians lose everything. The truth is that the price of their lies is finally being paid in full. The receipts show that every single member of the family was aware of what was happening, and they all shared in the profits. They all watched as Britney struggled, and they did nothing but take more from her estate. The truth is that their entire lifestyle was funded by the exploitation of a woman who just wanted to be free to live her life. The Epstein leak is the most important piece of evidence in celebrity history because it shows that the people we see on TV are often the most dangerous people in reality. The Kardashian family is a warning to everyone about what happens when greed takes over a person's soul. The meltdown is complete, and the truth is finally the winner. The receipts prove that the Kardashians are finished. The cost of these lies is more than just money, and it is the reputation of a family that thought they were untouchable. The receipts show that they were willing to destroy a human life for a bigger house and a faster car. The truth is that they have no soul, and the evidence in the Epstein files will be used in court to make sure they never do this to anyone else again. The career meltdown they are facing is the only fair outcome for what they did to Britney Spears. They stole her voice, but now the receipts are speaking for her. The truth is finally out, and the world is ready to see the Kardashians fall once and for all. The final nail in the coffin is the fact that they can no longer hide behind their fame because the receipts show that fame is not a shield against the truth. The Epstein files have stripped away the glamour and left behind the ugly reality of the Kardashian business model. They are manipulators who got caught in their own web of deceit. The truth is that they are the villains and Britney is the survivor. The legal battle will continue until every dollar is returned and every crime is punished properly. The receipts are here to stay, and the Kardashian lies are finally over. The truth is that they destroyed themselves the moment they decided to target Britney Spears. The cost of their greed was their entire legacy, and now that legacy is in ashes. The receipts show that the truth always wins in the end.